Hello, Yu-Gi-Oh tubers. JBuzzsaw79. Apologize in advance for any of you that were looking for another video from deck profiles and realized I fell short. RL, that's my answer to you. That has to come before everything else. So that's my answer. That's what I have to say. Deck profile for you today is going to be Relinquished. Relinquished is a deck that I have played for a long time, really. When I first got into the game, the Pegasus starter deck was out with Seto and Yugioh. I liked Relinquished right away, and off and on I played it. I keep it around because it is too much fun. Not only that, it is actually pretty good. The current format for ban lists and such as the way it is actually pretty competitive. For those of you that do not know what Relinquished does, he says that basically when you summon him, he can steal a monster from an opponent and equip it to himself. If he would be destroyed, then you can basically send the monster to the grave instead. Your opponent also takes battle damage you would take from something. So kind of hard to kill, cool effect. A lot of things you can really do with it. Let's see here. So obviously again we got 3 Relinquished. Moving on. I am running 3 Manju of 10,000 hands. Basically Manju is really pretty much staple in almost any Relinquished deck you run. On normal summon or flip, you search for a monster or spell for ritual monster. In this case, the Black Illusion Ritual. Add that selected to your hand. So if you get the monster, you get the spell. If you have the spell, you get the monster. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. What else to say really about him? I do run 2 the Jin Release of Rituals. If it's in your graveyard, you can remove it for the sacrifice for the ritual. When this monster is removed to summon a ritual monster, while that ritual monster is on the field, your opponent cannot special summon. So it's a really good card for that alone. This is kind of a stun deck as we go through this. Again, obviously, you'll kind of see that. So, running 3 tour guides, because first of all, tour guide was good before, and a Relinquished deck it's even better, just simply because you can drop tour guide and go get the releaser from your deck, overlay to a level 3, detach, and send releaser to the grave right away. And if you've done it right, then at that point, and you have it in your hand, you drop Relinquished, and now you have, kind of almost to me, it's like a giant plus to me at that point. You have your Nixie sitting out, Relinquished sitting out, and you can keep going from there. So really good combo play with her. 2 Volcanic Queen. I used to run Lava Golems in here. The problem with Lava Golem is that it's a 2 trib to give to your opponent. And the main thing that I have come to realize is that when Lava Golem is given to your opponent, you cannot special summon. So the same turn you give them Lava Golem, you can't summon Relinquished. With Volcanic Queen, I can go around that. It's 1 tribute instead, so that's alright. It is 500 less attack. However, I can special summon, Relinquish the same turn. I give that to my opponent. So ideally, let's say they got something out, I don't even care what, Ophion or Monarch, or I don't know, something. You tribute that monster, give them the Volcanic Queen, summon Relinquished. Relinquished comes out, you swipe it back. Now you have a 2500 beater. Not really much more to say about that. That is just freaking awesome. I may at one point add Lava Golem back in. I don't know yet. Last time I really worked on this deck was in January. So I haven't really done anything with it in this format. When I played it in locals, I went 3-2, took 4th. Since then, you know, I really hadn't spent a lot of time on it. I plan to change that shortly. So, but again, I want to get this put up because I really like Relinquished. That's all I can really say beyond that. Magical Exemplar is broken as all get out with Relinquished. Every time a spell card is activated, you put 2 spell counters on Exemplar here. You can then remove spell counters equal to the level of spellcaster in the grave, special summon it back. So as long as you summon Relinquished correctly at some point, and if he gets nuked out, you can drop her, play whatever spell you want to play. Dark Hole, let's say, even. Well, probably let's take that one back. Let's say MST even. Okay, you're gonna play an MST. You MST something, she gets a counter, two counters rather. You move one, special summon back, Relinquished. Just that easy. Never mind my craziness by saying Dark Hole. I apparently don't know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. I didn't run into Effective Ailer because I have very limited selection of traps, and more importantly, I'm not running Fetus Chain, so the 2 Effective Ailer work very nice in this deck, and for some other things too. I run into Breaker. I've always liked Breaker. I think Breaker is a really good card. Without Heavy Storm, still, and without Giant Shenad, this gives me 2 additional MSTs essentially on legs. He's also a spellcaster, which is really helpful for you can use Exemplar or whatever there, remove a counter, 2 counters rather. Special summon back Breaker, you can overlay off of it for rank 4 or you know whatever you want to do here. You'll see more in a second here, and it'll make more sense. Keep leading up to that. Dark Arms Dragon, just because it's dead, and why not? I don't know why you wouldn't want to run them in here. Plenty of darks. You do have manipulation, obviously, with removing stuff in the grave, so it's really an issue for this deck. Of course, I'm running the Chaos Engine, so I got the Luster in here. He wins games by himself. It's a really good card. And I run the 2 Chaos Sorcerers as well. There's enough light and darks in this deck that actually it's kind of nice. Potentially with a pretty good hand. Let's say even not right away in the beginning, but a couple turns in. A very common play that I've done actually is like to sit and go, okay, well, Tour Guide, Djinn, you know, overlay, drop Djinn into the in the grave then. Well, perhaps not Djinn. And then we start over. Detach, Tour Guide or something else. Then you know, you have to play Jumanji, 10,000 hands. You can actually offer up, and this is actually very important, you must offer up leveled star monsters whose total level is 1 or more from your field or hand. So, as an example of this, let's say I have well, actually I can just do it this way. Tour Guide into Ritual, and then from there you can remove the rituals from the grave, and you could go ahead and, you know, pitch a light with it to send that light to the grave, and then set up once you send Tour Guide away. You've already set up for chaos play off of it, or if it gets destroyed, you know, you can pitch another dark or something else from your hand. So with the spell from Black Illusion Ritual, which I'm grabbing as we speak here. Yes, sound effects. But yeah, since it says 1 or more, it really kind of opens it up. So I mean, you can technically send more from your hand to set up a push play with Chaos Monsters, or if you want to set up for Dad, you can do that too. So I think it's pretty dang good. More spells. Pot of Duality. The deck lacks consistency. You need certain cards at certain times. With Pot of Duality, it sets, gives me 3 choices, and hopefully one of those 3 choices is exactly what I need to keep the deck pushed and get it moving here again. 1 Dark Hole, 1 Allure, pretty much straightforward. Unfortunately, now for this next card I'm going to flip up here, the guy that I traded with did not bring them at my locals here when we play on Saturday. He's going to give them to me on Tuesday. So then Tuesday these will be actual copies of Spellcaster Village. I do have 2 others, however they are in another deck which I'll be profiling perhaps maybe next week. It's a little more of a crazy thing I've been kind of just working on and trying out. The reason why I'm running Spellcaster Village, obviously, again, this is more of like the form of the lockdown setup. Get Relinquished out. Use a Spellcaster. If you ritual summon out with releaser rituals, the opponent can't special summon, you play Spellcaster's Village. Now they can't activate any spell cards unless they have a Spellcaster. Most people can get Spellcasters, but they don't necessarily have them in their decks. And if they do, I have found that it's very limited supply, which is okay. I am running 2 Forbidden Lance, basically only for the reason of protecting Relinquished once he is first out. Even if I do release your rituals, get Relinquished out, people are trying to go at him, so I don't want that. The other thing that's nice is trying to target him with something. Lance is nice to protect for that. If I were to attack, let's say in a Mirror Force, I could Lance Relinquished. There's a few things I could do. If you attack me, I could Forbidden Lance myself, and then you will both take more damage, which is okay too. So sometimes it works out well. I am only running also 2 preparation rather of the rites. I tried 3 once, was really cloggy actually. It didn't really work well. I've also cut Black Illusion down to 2 at one point and run 3 Relinquished and 2 of that. That didn't really work out either. So who knows, I might revisit that, but I think only 2 preparation of the rites is really what's needed. You can add a level 1, level 7 or lower ritual from the deck to your hand. If you have a spell card for a ritual monster in your grave, you can add that to your hand as well. Basically, if you summon a Relinquished, you play this and you can prepare yourself for another one right away. So you're all set up for a second one if one gets destroyed, or if you want to grab another monster and see what they say. I'm just going to throw them on here right away because I do only run 3 traps, and that are, of course, Royal Decree. Again, apologize for one proxy, but I have my 1 play set in another deck, and I thought I had another play set, but apparently I'm 1 short. That will also be on Tuesday remedied. So there is my Relinquished deck. I love Relinquished. I suggest anybody try it. Relinquished is both a, what do I say here, anti-meta / competitive thing. I guess once you get the strategy like I have here running, it really becomes more of a stun aspect to it, like a chaos stun Relinquished, which I really like. Some people run Piper and things like that. Mr. Piper, Biko Bio or whatever it is, the cat spirit. I don't particularly like that. I don't think Relinquish is meant to draw the victor. I believe it is meant to stop what's happening, and then basically you shut down the board, and then I control what you have on the board. So I guess maybe it's more of a control stun combo thing. It's really weird. Anyway, I'll have some more videos up. Thumbs up if you like this video. Thumbs if you don't. If you want to comment, that's also good. subscribers. If you want to go ahead and do that too, that's fine with me. If not, that's fine too, I guess. Either way, it's not really going to bother me. Thanks for tuning in, and please stay tuned for my next deck profile. Thank you much.